I'm Professor Tom Wilson. What I do here is teach the MBA course along with Dr. Scott Ray in ethics. I think you can see from what's happened in recent years, everything from Enron to WorldCom, that ethics are desperately needed. When we can bring biblical values to that whole debate of what's the ethical thing to do and what isn't, that brings a lot of value, and it's very important, I think. As a professor and a mentor, we can go through some of the things I've mentioned in class, and it's a small enough class that we can do that well, but we also can meet outside of class one-on-one, and the combination of those two, I think, is a powerful tool for any student.
What makes studying ethics here in the MBA program different than what you might get as opposed to other schools is that, for one, we're committed to integrating theology into our discussion of ethics in the workplace. Not everything in ethics is black and white in the workplace. There are things that have to be navigated, and that there are strategic concerns that have to be addressed. It takes a skill. It's an art form as well as a science.
When they get in an ethical dilemma, by supplying the students with a model for ethical decision making, they have a model that they can use to work through it logically and using biblical values and come to a conclusion at the end that's supportable for their faith and from the business perspective as well.
What we do is we give students some criteria that will help them make the decision about when to walk away from their job because the moral demands are too high. And our default position is to stay unless there are compelling reasons to walk away. And the criteria that we lay down help bring out what some of those compelling reasons might be.
I think the difference that I've seen in teaching the class between a student that begins and a student that ends is the student generally comes to us with an ethical dilemma at work, and they don't know how to respond to it other than just personal preference or choice. Whereas at the end of the course, we've taught them how to work through that in a way that will fit the principles that we teach in class and the principles and values from the Bible. So at the end of that, they can defend their position much better, and they themselves know why they've come to the conclusion they've reached.